Ah, it's a mixture of sadness and excitement that I greet every day 15 with. We know the Basho is coming to an end. No more sumo for a little while now, but we are excited about the prospects of the finish. And would it be an exciting finish? And I don't think day 15 of the Osaka Basho let us down. I think it was a very exciting finish. Spoilers, of course, for everything that happened on day 15. So if you haven't watched yet, please go watch somewhere, anywhere, my Patreon, somewhere else, then come back and have a chat. Uh, had a fun time on the live show last night. We stayed up for about 40 minutes. There was a glitch, but it didn't separate the video, so I think it all went up as one video, but there might be some point where it goes black for a little while, so apologies for that. Um, and we had a question about a judge Hokutoriki that got answered. So crowdsourcing the knowledge was good. And a lot of people had predictions about what was going to happen today. Some of them were right, some of them were not so right. Um, I pretty much called it, I gotta say. And we'll get to that in a minute when we talk about what happened in the end of Makuuchi tonight. And we'll look ahead, obviously not to the day 16 matches. There are no such thing. But we'll look ahead to what's coming up this week. We'll look at who won the contest, and we'll look ahead to the wrap-up video. So let's just jump into it. All right, sharing my screen. Here we go. So a lot of I actually tweeted out. I took a screen grab on my phone of like all these special prizes that were conditional, and there was a lot of them today because basically all the four lost guys, and I think there was four of them. If any of them had won, Aonishiki, Chirano Umi, a few others, if they had won the U show, they would have gotten the Outstanding Performance Award. But of course, as soon as Takayasu won his match, all of the four lost guys were eliminated. So it really just came down to three special prizes were given out, and we'll go over those in a moment. Okay, over on the Patreon, the collection ended up having 42 videos. I use the word videos now instead of matches because many videos have more than one match. So 42 plus 37 plus 26. Somebody out there, uh, 80, over 100. Let's just call it that. Over 100 videos in the March tournament. So I hope you feel like you're getting your money's worth, and thank you so much supporting Patreon. We're getting close to 600 members in the community over there, and that's really great. So please come over and join us. If you haven't, maybe for the Maybach show, you'll come over and sign up. Okay, I need to change this picture. It's not Happy New Year anymore. If you have a suggestion, let me know. I need to put up a new little top picture there. Okay, but yeah, lots to look at, and basically, I concealed the playoff video thusly by calling it a bonus video and not putting up anything in the thumbnail. And I'll change that in a couple days. I also haven't posted the championship interview yet. I'll do that tomorrow. Give it 24 hours so people can kind of come and watch wherever you are in the world. Okay, but jumping in, look at that. It's already up there. Uh, the Kokugikon back in Tokyo from May 11th to May 25th. And yeah, tickets go on sale. Boom, boom, boom. Early, April 5th. So that's not too far away. April 5th, tickets go on sale. The Bonsuke comes out April the 28th. And yeah, the whole tournament is preceded by a big holiday time in Japan called Golden Week, which ends on a May 6th. I go back to school on May 7th, and then that weekend uh, is May 11th, and the tournament will start. So, yeah, May is going to be quite busy because I am going on a cruise. I think I've told a lot of you that. On my first cruise ever, where I'm staying on the ship. I've been on like day cruises before, but never one where I've had like a hotel room for lack of a better word, a cabin, I think that's what you call it. And it's a 10-day cruise going down through Okinawa down to Taiwan, and it's going to come back. And it's an American style ship, a Norwegian cruise line ship. but it's obviously leaving Tokyo and returning to Tokyo. So I figure there'll be a lot of Japanese people on board. But I'm looking forward to it. Just going by myself, solo traveler, just to check it out. I've always wanted to go on one. And what happens in Japan is when you're a teacher at a private school, well, I can't speak for all private schools. I have no idea what it's like at other private schools. But at my private school, they don't pay us great. You have to accept what you're going to get paid. It's kind of there's going rates here in Japan. Um, but they compensate you by saying, okay, if you work the year, you get a bonus. And so you get an extra month's pay after the school year ends in March, which is nice. And every 3 years at my school, they give you a double bonus. And this is the end of my ninth year. So I'm getting a double bonus, and I'm going to spend some of it on myself and go on a cruise because it was a really good deal. And I've just always wanted to do it. So I'll probably make some videos about it. It'll go up on one of my other channels, perhaps, but or maybe Instagram, or I don't know. But anyway, if you're interested in that, let me know, and I'll direct you to where that's going to be when it happens. I'm not paying for the Wi-Fi on the cruise though. It's extortionist. So I don't know how many of you are experienced cruisers, but man, to have the Wi-Fi package, I'll get by. I'm not that addicted to YouTube that I can not survive for a week. I can read a book or go do something on the ship or something. Yeah, it's really expensive. So they do have like free Wi-Fi at times or in certain places, but not in your cabin. And if you want any kind of Wi-Fi, and there's like levels, like the Wi-Fi, like the cheapest Wi-Fi doesn't even include like being able to watch YouTube and streaming. Anyway, I can go off on tangents all day. You're not here to talk about that. You're here to talk about sumo. Okay. So, yes, Hokuto Fuji pulled out. We did have an absent Rikishi, unfortunately. After his injury yesterday, the Juryo 8-man pulled out on the 15th day. We'll look at what that did to his record in a moment. So he was our one absence in the top division. And let's just jump in. We'll start down in Juryo as we always do. I did have the Kusano match for you, and he did go to 14-1, so questions will abound in the off season about how much he's going to get promoted. And he defeated Fuji Seiyun, who was going for a 10th win, but only ended up with a 9-6. But that's very good at Juryo 5. And Tachiai.org is very good at analyzing this Banzuke movement. And there's other web channels, YouTube channels that also get really deep into it. So lots of chances. But between now and the wrap video next weekend, I'll try to find out some information and kind of let you guys know where I think Kusano is going to land in May. There's Hokuto Fuji pulling out, giving a free win. Interesting enough to Daiamami, who was 3-3, and they only fight 7 days in Makushita. So he got his Kachikoshi with a free walkover win. So really benefited him. And at Makushita 2, he'll probably jump up to the Juryo division. Let's really quick look at it. Tournament records, and then you got to jump on to Makushita. Okay. So the top guy, M1, MS1, we say, didn't get a Kachikoshi. Miyagi did, so he's going to get promoted. Then here's Daiamami, got that free win from Hokuto Fuji, and he lost the first 3 days in a row and then won three in a row. So there you go. So he'll go up. Tochimaru will not. Mutaho probably will go up. He's at 4-3. Shimazu Umi obviously didn't participate. And then Mita at 5-2, who shows on a familiar name, had to pull out of the tournament again. So let's see if there's anybody. There is somebody at 7-0. Aqua MS6, probably a little too low to jump all the way up to Juryo, but he'll go up to the top of Makushita and have a chance in May to get promoted. How far down is our winner? Let's see, 6-1 there. I know somebody went undefeated. Let's see if we can find him. Chiyomaru, that's a name that, he got a Kachikoshi. Wow. Okay, I'm not seeing it. I'll just have, there's Asano, no, I always look at that and go, oh, it's Asanoyama. It's Asonoyama. Different name. We're not finding him. I thought somebody went undefeated at 7-0. Maybe it was way down. Ah, there he is. Oshoryu down at MS 28. So that's too far down to get promoted all the way up to Juryo, but I'm pretty sure he was the champion. So, yeah, you got a handful of guys that want to get promoted. Let's count here. One, two, three, I'd say four. Hmm, probably those four guys going up if they have four guys going down. Why does this name ring a bell? Let's have a look at him real quick. Nope, you know, let me. Takebea. I don't. Has he been in Juryo before? Let's see. What's his highest rank? Nope. This is his career high rank. Huh. I know I've heard that name before. Let's see. He's in Oho's stable. Maybe that's why. Maybe. Okay. Anyway, so good luck to him. He might be going up to Juryo for the first time. All right. Back to the action. So that was pretty much it. Oh, sorry, Juryo. Um, as far as Kusuno, we knew he'd already won the tournament championship. Some other people, going for Kachikoshi, for instance, Kotoeho didn't get it. He lost to Kaze Keno in a 7-7, 7-7 versus 7-7 matchup. Tsurugisho won in that Darwin match there. Tomokaze, ended with a seventh win, so he'll only go down about one rank. Umi got double-digit wins over Oshomi. Hitoshi missed out on double-digit wins, lost to Shiden. Shimano Umi finishes with an 8-7, but I think he had a string of losses at the end. Yeah, four losses in a row after doing so well in the first part of the tournament. Disappointing. Tochi Taikai got a ninth win there. Roga, strong 11-4, definitely going to get promoted. He beat Waka Ikari. Dai Seizan got his Kachikoshi over Kaio. Wakanosho, pretty important seventh win at Juryo 11 to make sure he's going to stay in the Juryo division. And Hakuyo's on a ninth win over Tamashoho. So if you're looking at the same thing for Juryo, basically Tamashoho punched his ticket. He's 8-7. Kageyaki will not be going up. Kaio should be going up. Kitsunawaka, of course, will not. Roga for sure. And Tochi Taikai. So already just in the top three Juryo ranks, you got four guys that should all get promoted. All deserve it. All have the numbers. Then Juryo 4 is a wasteland. And then you're down to Fuji Seiyun and Hide Naumi, a 10-5 and a 9-6, but they're a little too low. And then so the question really, I think it's those four guys, if we have four people, and what are they going to do with Kusuno way down here at Juryo 14? I don't think he's going to get promoted all the way up to the top division. Despite what I was talking about with Endo, where he did get promoted, but he was up at Juryo 10 when he got that 14-1 championship. And I think those few rungs up the ladder here, right here at Juryo 10, make a big difference. And I think they're going to keep him in Juryo one more time, up at like Juryo 1 or 2. And as long as he gets a good Kachikoshi, he'll be up in the top division in July. That's my guess, but we'll see what some of the other pundits say between now and the wrap-up video. All right. So let's look at what happened in the top division today. And we started off with Shirokuma, knowing that he's going to be demoted back down to Juryo. Couldn't get another win though. Onokatsu gets his 10th win, so good tournament for him at 10-5. Midori Fuji went to 9 wins. Big story here is Mitake Yumi. So at Maegashira 17, what normally is the lowest rank in the top division, we haven't had a Maegashira 18, I think they were saying, for about 20 years. It's not a common thing that we have that because the only way you need a Maegashira 18 is when you have very few people up above Komusubi. And we're just in a situation right now where we only have one Yokozuna and two Ozeki. And normally those ranks are much more full. So we had a Maegashira 18. So there is a rank below Matakeyumi, but I think at 6-9, he's going to get demoted down to Juryo. If he'd won today and gone to 7-8, that would be different. But he didn't. So will that, will that cause the former Ozeki, who's 32 years old, to rethink whether he wants to stay in sumo or not? Because he hasn't been in Juryo since 2015. When he made his Makuuchi debut. He's never been demoted back down to Juryo. So that could be the crossing line, or he might go, no, I'll go down one time. They're only going to put me down at like Juryo 2, maybe, and I'll fight my way back up, But some guys, it's like, no, if I'm not a top division wrestler anymore, I'm going to hang it up. And a lot of it has to do with, what's going on with him that caused him not to be able to get more than 6 wins. Is it a physical thing? Is it a mental thing? Whatever it is. All right, then we had a Darwin match between Koto Shoho and Endo. Koto Shoho got the win. He needed it more at M16. Endo finishes 7-8. Hakuoho added a ninth win. Asakoru, So M17 at 6-9, I'm pretty sure is a demotion. M16 at 6-9, he might be okay. Again, it just depends how much they want to move. So far we've got Shirokuma going down and Mitake Umi going down. Let's see who else. Sadanumi got a nice Kachikoshi. He needed it at M15. Atami Fuji 6-9. Shishi fought Tamawashi, and it was all Tamawashi in that match. Gets double-digit wins. Fantastic for the veteran. Shodai went to 6-9 by beating Nishikigi. A 3-12 at M10. I think that's probably demotion to Juryo. So there's another person. And we have a 4-11 at M10. So I think both of these guys could be in danger of going down to Juryo if they want them to. Kimbozan goes to 6-9. Ichi Yamamoto 7-8, but he couldn't get a special prize even though he beat the Yokozuna without a winning record. Takada Fuji, see now Takada Fuji is going to go before either of these two guys because he's 3-12, 2 ranks down at M12, so he's going to definitely get demoted down to Juryo. Ura got a win for the fans at 7-8, beating Tobizaru. Meisei 9-6 by beating Chiyoshoma. Gonoyama almost a Kachikoshi 7-8, beating Takanosho. He's high enough that he'll just go down the Bansuke, no danger there. And then we get into the Maegashira ones. Wakamoto Haru won, beating Takeda Fuji. It was a nice match, so check that out if you haven't. 9-6 for both. And then Wakataka Kage won, beating Hirata Umi. And they both end at 9-6. So both Maegashira ones are at 9-6, wanting to go up to Komusubi. Takayasu, of course, won his match. Everybody was very happy. They're like, okay, he's now, if Onosato just loses, he'll be the champion. If he and Onosato wins, there'll be a playoff. So he did the best that he could do. He did what he had to do. He had to win. He did it. He beat Abi. Abi tried a little minor shenanigans, but it wasn't enough to really sway Takayasu, and he got a nice Uwate Dashinage win. Komusubi Abi finishes obviously with a losing record, so he'll vacate his Komusubi slot. But then Kirishima, 7-7, got a win over Toki Hayate, the Maegashira 18, who will go up the Bansuke with a nice 10 wins. And did he win a special prize today? We'll go over the special prizes in a minute. We'll go to that page. So Kirishima will either stay at Komusubi or be promoted into the empty Sekewake slot. So if he gets promoted and Komusubi Abi goes down, then we'll have 2 empty Komusubi slots, and those should go to the Waka brothers. The question is, would they give Maegashira 4 Takayasu a Komusubi slot with a 12-3 at M4? I think if he'd won the U show, then maybe they would have. They would have made 3 Komusubi or something. But because he didn't win the U show and he just finished with not just finished with it, I mean that's still very impressive. Maybe he'll just go up to Maegashira 1. It's hard to say. Then Aonishiki took part in the Koriyori Sanyaku and then fought Oho, got the win, 11 wins. He got a special prize, I know that for sure. Will go way up from M15 in the May tournament. Oho will be demoted past Komusubi into Maegashira 1 or 2 territory with a 6-9. Daisho couldn't add a 10th win, so now things are looking less likely for an Ozeki run in May. He lost to Chirano Umi, who also won a special prize. The Maegashira 14 and the Maegashira 15 both having fantastic tournaments. We'll go way up the Bansuke. So Daisho had 11 and 9 here, and so that would be obviously 20. So to get the customary 33, he would need a 13 and 2 or a 14 and 1 in May. And if he does that, if he goes 13 and 2 or 14 and 1, especially if he wins the youth show, then yeah, he might get promoted to Ozeki. But that's a tall order. And it would have been a lot easier if he had gotten 10 or 11 this time, and then he would only need, say, 10 or 11 next time. But it didn't happen that way. And then the final match of the day, a lot of people probably rooting for Kotozakura, but he was a big sack of potatoes, didn't do hardly anything. And I was worried about that when he didn't really show up for his match yesterday either. And Onosato easily took him out over the bales. So he got the win to force the playoff. And as I kind of predicted, I was worried. I said, guys, if it goes to a playoff, I think Onosato is going to win. And he did. It was a good match, and Takayasu had a moment where he had a belt grip, and I thought he was going to pull a throw, and everyone was going to explode with joy and happiness. But Onosato is just so big and so strong, and he ended up getting the win. No shade on Takayasu. He fought a really good tournament, didn't really let us down at the end like he has some other times, fought all the way to the end. This is the fourth time, though, now that he's been in a playoff to win a championship, and he's lost every time. So what's that American football team? Is it the Buffalo Bills? There's some team like that went to the Super Bowl like 4 years in a row. And that's an amazing achievement to win your division, win all through the playoffs, get to the Super Bowl, and then they lost the Super Bowl 4 times in a row. I think it was in the 90s. And so it feels a bit like Takayasu's like that. Like, we're proud of him. He did great. He's 35 years old, but he didn't win, and we were just so hoping he would. But he went to an interview. I caught a little tiny piece of it right before the broadcast went out, and he said he has no regrets. He fought hard. He did his best. He put it all out there, and he'll come back again and try again in May. So, what better attitude can you ask for than that? Onosato clearly a little choked up by this one. I think this is his first championship as an Ozeki. Yeah, because the last time he won was as a Sekewake. That got him promoted. And then, he hasn't had great records as an Ozeki, so this kind of rights the ship. And now the big narrative is going to be, is Onosato going to win the Maybach show, back-to-back Yusho as an Ozeki, and become the Yokozuna in July, or the next Yokozuna? That'll be the huge story of the Maybach show. And the Japanese fans, because he's obviously a Japanese native and he's under the tutelage of Kiseno Sato, the one Japanese, there he is, the one Japanese Yokozuna from the past 20 years. There's going to be a lot riding on that. And it could maybe explode interest in sumo again here in Japan. But it was packed house in Osaka. I think Nagoya is going to be packed because of the new arena and things like that. So tickets are not going to be easy to get for sumo this year, whether he makes Yokozuna or not. But that's going to be the big story of the May tournament. And yep, congratulations to him. He fought hard. Who did he lose to? Well, I know he lost to Takayasu. He lost to Wakamoto Haru, no shade there, and Oho, that was a surprising one perhaps on day 13. But yeah, very dominant performance. Obviously, didn't have to fight Hoshoru this time. So hopefully Hoshoru will be back strong in May, and we can look forward to their match against each other in the May tournament. Okay, so speaking of special prizes, etc. So Juryo went to Kusano. There's the 7-0 guy in Makushita. 7-0. Asanoyama won the 4th tier division, the 5th tier division. Daikisho and Chio Tenfu won the bottom division Jonokuchi. All right. So there was no Shikun Show Outstanding Performance Award because there was like 4 of them listed, but none of the guys who could have won it won the tournament because Onosato won the tournament. Onosato as an Ozeki can't win special prizes. Chiranaumi got a special prize, Kantosho prize. He went 11-4. Aonishiki got the Kantosho Fighting Spirit prize. He got it whether he won his match on day 15 or not because he went 10-4 as a rookie in his first tournament. He got double-digit wins, but he got an 11th win just to kind of put an exclamation point on it. And good for him. It was also his birthday today. Look at that. He turned 21 years old today, so happy birthday to Aonishiki. And then Takayasu unconditionally won the Ginosho, the technique prize, 12-3, 35 years old. Just had his birthday in February. But he would have also won the Outstanding Performance Award if he'd won the Yusho. So nobody ended up winning that. And we had two Kantosho and one Ginosho. So those are the three guys that actually won special prizes. Okay, over in the contest, Go Broncos and Java were the final two winners, 62 points each. There's their team. One guy had Aonishiki, one guy had Chiranaumi, and they both won today, so they stayed on top. We had three people at 61 points. JK, Jam, and this long person. Come on, dude. But I have their emails, so I will email them during the week and tell them that they are special prize winners, and I'll announce the prizes and show some stuff in the wrap-up video. And then the third place people, you get a hearty handshake and a ha-cha-cha. There's a bunch of you, so congrats to you guys for coming close. And if there needs to be a tiebreaker here in the second place group, two of the second place people guessed Onosato, so they would have preferential treatment over JK 2025. Okay, and then where did I end up? I did okay today. Yeah, look at that. All right. You know, only 41 of you guessed better than me. So, yeah, I'll take that. That's pretty good. Tied for the fifth place spot, as it were. And not bad. Yeah, my team did okay. Kirishima, Wakatakage came around. Takeda Fuji always strong. Hakuoho strong. Aonishiki was a good pick. And Onosato, of course, was a good pick. So, yeah, very happy with my team. And I hope you had fun playing. Of course, we'll do it all over again in May. All right, any other topics we need to look at? Nope, because we're not going to look at day 15, day to the next day's matches because there aren't any. Okay. Last night in the live stream, I mentioned two books that members of the sumo community here have authored. One is a nonfiction book about a sumo wrestler, Raiden, and the other is a kind of fantasy sumo story by Buddha, one of the Patreon people. And I don't think I put the links up right when the video went onto YouTube. So I'm going to put the links down in the description here one more time. Check out Hugo's book. You can get it on Kindle, I think in probably any country you're at, and Buddha's book. If you're interested in reading them, the links for access will be down in the description. Okay, anything else? Nope, I think that's going to do it, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. It was a fun day of sumo. I didn't watch every single match, but I am going to do highlights because I knew I was going to do highlights and I'll see everything. Like I missed the Ura match. I think I was, getting a sandwich or something. I don't know. Um, and so I'm going to put up all 20 matches from the top division on Patreon tomorrow morning because I don't have to work tomorrow morning. I have a half day. I go in at noon tomorrow. So I'll wake up. I will remember this time. I've already programmed it. And I'll wake up and I'll make those three little videos and I'll pop them up on the channel so you can watch everything if you are patient. If not, there's plenty of other places where you can watch the highlights. But I wanted to do that just so you see where everybody landed at the end of day 15. And then, yeah, 28th or 29th, I have Friday the 28th off into Saturday the 29th. Probably one of those 2 days, I'll make the wrap-up video. Any other news that's come out, we'll talk about who's getting promoted and demoted. We'll talk prizes, all that kind of stuff in the wrap-up video at the end of this upcoming week. And that'll be kind of toward the end of March. So March has gone by quick for me. I don't know about you guys, but thank you so much for coming by. My man Okunomi, thanks you for supporting this show. Many of you are channel members. Thank you so much. And the Patreon's over on the Patreon page. And all the links you need for anything down in the description. Go check it out. And take care of yourselves for a month and a half if I don't see you between now and May 11th. But of course, I know you'll come by for the welcome video. That'll probably go up when I get back from my cruise. It'll be Sunday, the 4th of May, and then so it won't go out. Usually that would be when I'd post the video, but I won't be posting it that day. Probably go up Monday the 5th. Monday the 5th of May will be the welcome video, opening the contest up and talking about the bus show that's about to happen. Okay? All right, guys. Take care of yourselves. See you soon. Peace.